Good morning, I'm Olivia. Welcome to my Silver Sneakers Flex Chair Yoga class. Let's get started against the back of the chair. All right, so settle in as if you just sat down and said, I am just exhausted, all right? Because we're gonna get some new energy in using our breath. Settle on back, feet on the ground, and if you wanna push forward to be sure your feet are on the ground, that's fine. Close your eyes, that's probably the most difficult part. Let those powerful jaw muscles relax. You'll notice how that'll translate into the shoulders. Let them kind of fall away from your ears. That front body kind of sink to the back body. And now as you breathe, what I want you to think about doing is bringing that breath into the belly first. And then move up into the lungs, the rib cage. Stay there for 1 second, and then take this long, slow exhale. Fill up, hold for a second, and long, slow exhale. Get to the bottom of that exhale, hold for a second. And turn around and do it again. All right, deepest breath you've taken, open your mouth, exhale through the mouth a bit. And let's sit up away from the back of the chair, however your pelvis is still kind of snuggled into it. So I'm gonna push back just a little bit further, just sitting up nice and tall. So we're gonna practice seated meditation now, which means we're gonna use our core muscles to sit up nice and tall. And as you breathe, you're gonna feel that breath go all around, as well as the belly. So before, where you were seated against the back of the chair, those ribs couldn't expand to the back very well. So that's what I want you to do now. In fact, maybe even lean forward a bit. And then insist that breath fill the lungs in the back, and the side, and the front. And one more. Eyes open, let's still stay back there. Look, we have a seat in the front for you. Perfect. Tipping your head over to one side. Let that shoulder fall away from your ear right there. And then right straight back up again. Tip the head over and let that right shoulder. I like to use the image that I'm trying to listen to the ceiling and then drop that right shoulder down. And then right back up, look over the right shoulder, drop your chin, trace your collarbone, come up, looking over the other shoulder. And that would be your left shoulder. And then let's go down the other. The words escape me at that point. And coming right back up. All right, come back to the center. We're gonna do what we did the other day. Thumb right there on the chin, and I'm gonna wrap my fingers around, and then push down and in on the thumb and lengthen the back of the neck right there. And then just release, come back. Same thing again. I'm gonna pull the thumbs back, tuck the chin right towards that little notch in my throat. Nice lengthen in the back of the neck. And then right back up. Hope you gets to the front row today. All right, so push yourself all the way out to the edge of the seat so your sit bones are on the edge of the seat and you're sitting up nice and tall here. And let the arms release down. Seated mountain pose. So tip of the sit bones here. And if you're not sure if you're on the tip, go ahead and roll back towards the tailbone. You're gonna scoop the belly, roll back, And then find the very tip of the sit bones and maybe roll forward. You know what those are, they're right underneath you there. And again, roll back. Sit up nice and tall. Maybe you roll forward a bit. Sit up nice and tall, roll back, and the next time we come forward, we're gonna stay there. You're gonna scoop in that belly as you do that, and then just nice and tall. All right, so my elbows are gonna draw in towards the waistline. I broaden the collarbones here, so think about that. These shoulder heads are gonna point to the side walls. Your chest is as big and broad as it can be, lifting the heart. Can't hardly see you under there, huh? We'll be standing up very soon, no worries. Don't do that, I was just, because he's right there. Ready now? All right, so nice and tall. All right, let's roll the shoulders around. We'll start small, ground through the feet, press them into your shoes or into the earth, and I'm only moving my shoulders and arms right here, right? One more time. And then we're gonna take them back to front like we're butterflying. All right. One more time. All right, so now just that right arm, almost like you're gonna touch the chair behind and then come back, same thing. What I want you to imagine is you're wrapping that shoulder blade right around your spine, all right, in the back. And so it's gonna come around, kind of kiss your spine right there. One more time. And then the other side, same thing, wrap it back. And again. Two more times. And last one. And wrap. All right, so take the outside edge of your hands together here. Press them forward. You'll feel the shoulder blades separate. Tuck the chin. Now we're going to lift the arms up, around, and I want you to imagine the elbows are going to touch behind your back. All right, deep breath in. Here's the exhale. Here's the inhale. And down. Deep breath in, press forward. Up, around, and down. Did my phone go off? Yeah, I think so. Actually, that's an exhale right here. Inhale, up and around. And here's the exhale one more time. Up and around. All right, left hand down, right arm out to the side. I'm going to take my feet a little wider for a little broader base. A little arc over and right back down. And this is like you're going to scoop something up. It maybe weighs 3 pounds, so it's a little bit heavy, and take it over. And then again, reach down, scoop down. Come right back up. Fire on those core muscles. So you want to pull that belly in. And again. Protecting your back here always. One more time. Back. All right, come up nice and tall. Just drop it right down in front. Grab hold and bring it over to the sides. You got a little stretch in the back of the shoulder. And then we're going to take it around. Look to the left wall as you reach back to the right. Nice stretch in the chest. All right, other side, same thing, scoop down. Lift up that 3-pound bag of, I don't know, coffee maybe? Chocolate. Who said chocolate? Whatever works. You know, I always like smelling those pretend chocolate chip cookies. Whatever works. And again, 2 more. Firing that core muscle on as we work these ribs right here, side to side. All right, get yourself up nice and tall. Drop that hand to the front. Deep breath in. Exhale, bring it across until you feel that great stretch on the outside of your shoulder there, whatever is accessible to you here. And then we're going to go the other way. Press it back, look over that right shoulder. Lengthen the fingers away. I think I was talking about lengthening the limbs instead of wimpy, right? Lengthen them. All right, come back to the front. Honestly, I have everything off there. I don't get it. No, so right here, I'm going to pull out on my knees, squeeze into my hands, tuck my chin down. All right, circle the arms around, deep breath in. Now, here's what I'm going to do. I'm going to roll up on my toes. I'm going to roll my spine back, tuck the tailbone underneath, and reach forward. Scoop in the belly. Deep breath in. You can rest. Drop the heels down. Exhale, lift the heels, roll back. And all the way up. Maybe touch the chair. I'm not getting all the way back there, but maybe you are. Deep breath in and exhale. Tuck that tailbone under the, roll onto the fleshy part of your seat. And one more time, we really fire that core on. And exhale. all the way up. From here, forward fold. Hands alongside of the calf muscles. Inhale, we halfway rise. Like I said, something said, huh? All right, release back down, reverse swan dive up. All right, and then we go again, same thing. Exhale, forward fold, hands alongside of the calf muscles. Slide up. I'm gonna press into my shins, let the heart come forward. Nice deep breath in. Release back down and reverse swan dive all the way back up. Lovely, bring that right knee in and circle the ankle. Now, let's see if we can keep head over heart over pelvis. The first thing we do is roll back here, right? So I want you to think nice and tall in the spine as you do this. Now, out to the side. Don't move the body, just move the leg and come right back in. Out, I'm gonna bring it right back in. Maybe even bring it across the midline a little bit. So I'm gonna touch my leg. Out and in. Out and in. And let's just try this without any hands. All right? Don't you feel like you need a cocktail in your hand for this drink, this music today? I think a cigarette, it's changed. It used, and then brush the ground. It feels very different today. Where's Frank? Where's our trumpet player when he? Oh my gosh! And all the way back. All right. So here we go. Lifting up again, sit nice and tall. Little circle in the ankle. Wiggle your toes. And if you have shoes on and can't do it that way, when you get home on your bare feet, you do that. All right. All right. So here we go. Just out to the side, keeping head over heart over pelvis. So just the leg is moving here. All right, so now I'm going to use my feet and pop it up with my toes. Again, you want to fire on the core muscles here. If that's not accessible, keep it on the ground. This is where you say, you know what? I can't do that, so I'm going to find another variation. You do you. It's your own adventure here today. All right? Out and in.
And the hits just keep coming and coming.
That's right. That's right. Okay, let's put that foot on the ground. We didn't do it on the other side. Carol, I can't quite see you there, can I? When we stand up, it'll be much better. Okay, foot out in front. I'm going to hold onto the chair just a little bit and then lift the heart. Squeeze the shoulder blades. If you'd like to sink into the heel of the hand, press the elbows towards the back. Go ahead and do that. Just don't fall out of the chair, please. Hinge at the hip, forward fold. And then round the spine. Roll back up. Let's take the other foot out in front. Same thing here. Hold on, lift the heart. If you'd like to ratchet back a little bit, go ahead. Be careful that head isn't falling back. I don't want to look and just see the chin, all right, on you. I want to see the eyes and the nose. Yeah. All right. And then we come forward. Nice stretch in the back of the leg and all the way back up. Okay, from here, and take our feet wide. This is my favorite move, if you remember. We go around. Oh, just so many good things happen to me when I do this. Let's see if we can slow this down, all right? So see how slow you can do it. See how that changes those sensations. You work those muscles a little bit more. You've got that belly pulled in. All the way up. All right, so nice and tall. Now what I want you to do is push the hands into the legs firmly. Drop your shoulders. I looked right to you, Marilyn, because last time you had your shoulders up. I'm going to get those legs down. That's not the purpose. So shoulders are dropped down, and then feel the neck get really, really long as you do this. How nice is that? Shelley, don't they all look like dancers like that? Yes, beautiful, lovely. So hinge at the hip. Keep the elbows tucking in. So straight back still, hinge at the hip. Now you're really pressing down on the legs, right? Soften, release down, scoop the belly, and roll back up. Lovely. Now, if you remember, we're going to get up and down this way today, too. 5 times. What was that?
Oh, boy.
She goes, here we go. Use your hands. Don't use your hands. But I think with the legs apart, we can get the weight forward. So I almost feel like it's easier than when we do it this way. So it doesn't matter how you get up. You just want to be able to get up out of the chair. Deep breath in, exhale. Here we go. Rising up. Keep the feet wide. Exhale, sit back down. Use your hands like you would if you were home. All right? All the way up. Press through the feet. And back down. When you get up, lengthen those legs. Make them as tall and as straight as you can. And sit back down. I usually say don't lock the knees, but go ahead and straighten the legs. Up. Is anybody counting? 4. Thank you. This will be the last one for right now. And from here we go into beautiful star pose. So you're going to reach the arms up. My shoulders rose up. So drop the shoulders down. Connect the ribs to the hips. You are taking up as much space top to bottom, side to side, and as little space front to back. Yeah. Tailbone turns toward the earth. Strong feet. Imagine your feet were slipping out. So you want to pull up in the middle here. Just stand here for a moment. All right, hands to the heart. Walk your feet in. And let's go around to the back of the chair. Grab a drink of water on your way. And there's a water fountain over there if you don't have one. Lucy and Carol and Kurt, you need one. All right, so stepping into downward facing dog, hands on the chair, heels of the hand on the chair. If you need to grip onto it, that's okay too. We're gonna walk the feet out until they are underneath your hips. Take this deep breath in and then exhale, lowering the heart towards the earth. Now this is gonna depend on the range of motion in your shoulders here. You may wanna keep the elbows bent a little bit. You wanna try to lengthen them. I want you to soften the knees enough to turn the tailbone to the back wall instead of the ground, all right? So then bring that belly in and breathe into the rib cage, the back ribs maybe. A good, delicious breath in. And exhale. All right, taking the gaze over the chair, step into the chair and we come into standing mountain pose. I'm just gonna go off to the side here a little bit. So I got 3 of you newbies here, so I just want you to be able to see this. My heels are gonna be underneath my sit bones here. So they're close, all right? And then when I come into this position, turn the tailbone towards the earth, and that's gonna make you soften the knees a bit. So we never wanna lock a joint. So little soft knees right here, yeah. They're not bent, they're just soft, all right? And then lifting up in the pelvic floor, we used to call those Kegel exercises. Pull that belly in, lift the heart. Yeah, so just ever so slightly. So instead of here, just lift the heart. That's gonna lift the mood, right? The heart goes up, the mood goes up. And then broaden the collarbones, turn the elbows in towards the waistline, the palms are pressing forward. And then if you're comfortable closing your eyes, you can keep the fingers near the chair, try that. Now what I want you to imagine that there's this strong rush of wind coming up your front body. So it's gonna sort of lift and then going up over you and down the back body. Now that should also make the corners of your mouth drop in a little bit of a smile. Yeah. One more breath. So nice. All right, let's put the hands on the chair, and then I'm gonna lift my right heel up and sort of roll the ball of the foot into the ground. If you have shoes on, I understand, try it when you're home on your bare feet. Do the best you can here. And then the same thing on the other side. Roll them around. All right, and then one heel, and then the other heel. Now you may stay right here and do this, or you can come into what I call this little Stairmaster, up and down a little bit. Holding onto the chair is just fine, but we warm the feet up here a little bit. 5-inch heels, right? And like Nikki Haley says that I can run in.
Yeah.
Okay, let's take that right leg out to the side. I'm gonna come back. And then just circle it around. All right, so turn the toe to me. Yeah, and then swing it back in and slide it out. While you do this, I want you to keep head over heart over pelvis, the knee and the toe facing straight ahead. So you see there's nothing moving in my body here. The first inkling is to do this, right? So see if you can keep facing the front. There, we work the outside of the leg there. 2 more. Last one. Drop it down, and we're gonna go the other way. Same thing. Circle it around. Wiggle the toes, anything you want, scrunch them in, splay them out, and then lifting and lower it. Slide it right back in, slide it away. keep the toe, keep the knee facing straight ahead. It's not easy to do, so you may only be able to lift it a little ways. That's okay. Don't panic. Lose your sense of fear. You've got the chair there for balance. And 2 more. Last one. All right, so take your feet about mat, chair width apart. I said mat width, didn't I? We're just going to go side to side and lift. Lifting the foot if you'd like, or keep the toe on the ground, whatever feels good to you. And again. And then maybe begin to hold it. And then hold it. So a little balance, that's what the chair is there to do, so use it. And again, 2 more. Everybody starting to feel that?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah? Okay, good. Feet together. Mountain pose. Bend the knees. I want you to push the hips over to the right. Kind of la-di-da-like. So you sink into one knee, and then we go the other way. Push it over to the side. Get a little stretch across that fascia right there. All right, very nice. Step the feet out wide. Heels are lined up with the legs of the chair, if that's accessible. We're going to sink into the knee, and then I'm just going to, I want you to imagine you have a tail, right? And this is what it's doing on the ground. So nothing's moving in the upper body, and just my hips are moving around. Can you really see that over here? Yeah, just moving that around. Focus and concentration, for sure. Yeah. Take your hands on the hips if that helps you do that. Push them side to side. It always makes everybody laugh. I'm not looking. Go the other way. We're going to do what I thought I was going to do last week today, or on Monday today. That's why we're working a lot on hips. All right, come right back. Star pose. Goddess pose. Sink into the knees, hold, press the elbows back. My knees are bent, they're tracking over the toes. Deep breath in, reach. Exhale, drop your shoulders down as well. And again, reach. And exhale. And stay right here, hands on the rib cage. Press the knuckles forward. Scoop in the belly, pull that navel in. And again, it's a little more balanced now, so if you need to use a chair, do so. Come forward and back. Stabilizing the pelvis, that's what I'm trying to get you to do here. One more time. And here, lifting up, little baby arc over. Using the chair if you need to. We go the other way. Lovely, wow, amazing. And all the way down. All right, let's step back and we'll take some sunflowers from here so you don't hit your face on the chair. Forward fold. Push through the heels and come right back up. I just want you to be sure that the head doesn't fall below the hips, all right? So you're just going to sink down and come right back up. In other words, no, bend the knees, all right? And again, a couple more. My toes are turned out a little bit here, so I can get down as low as I can. You need that chair to get you back up, go ahead and do that. You want to be sure you're bending your knees, right? That's one thing I find that older people won't want to do, is they don't want to bend their knees anymore because they're afraid they can't get back up. We got the chair. I'm back. I asked one time. And all the way up. All right, clap your hands. Bring them into the heart and walk your feet in. Let's go back to downward facing dog again. And this should start to feel good. So my feet are underneath my hips. My tailbone's pointing to the back wall. I have softened my knees. And then as you breathe into the belly, and pull the navel in towards the spine, breathe towards the rib cage. Maybe feel that low back open when you do that. Slide the hands back to the thighs. Bend your knees. Reverse swan dive back up. Boy, you are in a bad spot today, aren't you? Reverse swan dive all the way back up. We forward fold. We're going to halfway rise, hands to the crease of the hip. Now, I like to say this image is you're looking at a small child or a dog right there on the ground, but squeezing the shoulder blades together, pull the belly in. Then I'm going to slide down my legs, bend my knees, lead with the back of the hands, coming all the way back up. Lovely. Come into powerful pose from here. So chair pose. So I'm going to sink the hips back. It's like I'm sitting on a chair or a stool. It could be higher. That's okay. Arms are lined up with the shoulders still. Turn the tailbone towards the ground. Lift the heart. Beautiful. Sink a hair deeper. Push the ceiling back up. and down. Lovely. All right, have a drink of water. We'll move into some postures. Feet warmed up, hips warmed up, shoulders. Okay, we're good. Maybe a little cat and cow. How about that? So holding onto the back of the chair here. And it's like I'm pushing the grocery cart, so I'm far enough away from it that I've got a little hinge here. Bringing the heart forward here. Looking. Where are those Cheerios? Where's that Cheerio aisle? And then tuck the tailbone underneath you. Because Wegmans just changed the aisles, it makes me crazy. And then again, inhale, heart comes forward, straight arms, straight legs, and then I'm going to sink into the legs. Tuck the tailbone underneath you, round the spine, look down towards your thighs. All right, again, inhale, eyes up, heart forward. This should feel awful darn good. Exhale, tuck the tailbone. Oh my goodness, one more. Why not? Get that front body as long and stretched out as you can, and then scooping that belly around the spine. All right, come on back up. Shake out, and now we'll move into some warrior postures. Okay, so from mountain pose, heels under the sit bones, tailbone to the earth, nice tall, broad collarbones. Just lift the left or the right heel from the earth. I've got the ball of the foot. See how that changes balance just a little bit, but you firm up this leg. And then we're going to creep it up to the toes. And then we're going to let the foot lift. Hinge at the hip, bend that knee, and shoot that right foot way back. Toe ball, heel goes down. Using the chair if you need to. It's always there. You should be getting a really nice calf stretch once you put that down. And then we're going to lift. One arm, you need the chair, keep the other one there. Otherwise, we're going to lift both arms. Drop your shoulders. Think about connecting the ribs to the hips here, really securing this midsection, because now we're going to go side to side. Bring that belly in. Other way. Let's drop this left hand down and hold. Stay right here. Now find length and strength in this arm, all right? So nothing's wimpy here. Even if it's here, it's strong. Deep breath in. Let it reach to the chair, so I'm going to hinge at the hip, hold on to the chair, and reaching that left arm skyward. Hinge at the hip, come forward towards the chair. My right elbow is bent here. All right, I like to look back for where I came, so I'm going to look at my right hand, circle that left arm around, both feet together, stand nice and tall. And we take the other side, so lift that heel, secure the right side of your body, maybe let the toe leave the earth for a moment, bend that knee, hinge at the hip, shoot that way back. Use the chair when you need it. That toe's turned out just a little bit. You're feeling a nice stretch in the quadricep muscle, in the calf, and boy, I'm feeling it in my hip here. Here we go. One arm, two arms. Drop your shoulders, connect the ribs to the hips. We arc over. Come right back up. You've got one of those big fit balls from the gym up here. And that would be really heavy to do. Here we go. Drop that hand. Stay here. Hold this beautiful stretch from the fingertip all the way down to the heel here. Lovely. And breathe. All right, drop that hand to the chair. I'm going to hinge into the chair. So I'm going to bend this elbow now. Swing that right arm up and reach. Both shoulders drop away from your ears. As I've said, not yet today, but everything comes from mountain pose. So imagine when you do this, you still have those real broad collarbones, and that heart is reaching forward to the front of the room, to me. That's going to straighten that back out. All right, look back to that left hand, drop that right arm, step both feet together, reach to the ceiling. And we're going to step back, take that forward fold. This is this little half series. Halfway rise, slide up the legs, forward fold all the way down, and then circle sweep into chair pose this time. Let's come into chair pose. So you can still see your toes as you come into this. Eyes up, heart forward, turn the tailbone towards the earth, sink a wee bit deeper, and reach to the ceiling. All the way down. Ooh, lovely. Shake out. All righty. Step your feet out wide. Turn the toes to the front. All right. Left hand on the chair. We're gonna take these one-legged squats or lunges. I'm gonna turn the tailbone to the back wall as I come down. I have my right hand on the leg, push and come right back up. We go the other way. Use the chair if you'd like to. Use the hand on the thigh or nothing, all right? Or one, you decide. But you wanna send those hips right straight to the back wall, all right? So it really is like a squat on one leg. And again, drop your shoulders, everyone. Strong, strong core muscles here as well. One more time. All right, we're going over this way. I'm gonna drop both hands down to my leg, and I'm gonna look like I'm looking in the bottom of the refrigerator. So I'm down nice and low here, right?
And what do you see?
I see John in my fridge. All right, I always like to look back to the earth and then come right back up. Star pose, deep breath in. Let's go the other side. Send that tailbone right straight back. Support the thigh right there, and then look towards that right wall. So that chin comes over your shoulder there. Belly in. And then push up. Come right back up. Let's turn that right toe to the right wall and sink into that right knee. Okay, warrior two. This right knee is over the ankle. This back leg is straight, okay? If you need to bring that back leg in a little bit, that's okay, but this knee still stays over the ankle. The broader the feet, the more balance you'll have. Certainly a little more challenging to the legs, but the more balance you'll have. Reaching the arms out. Remember before I said no wimpy arms, right? Today, let's find length. And if length is only going to happen in one arm, that works for me. All right, head over heart over pelvis here. So I say, don't anticipate where you're going. So come back, deep breath in. Exhale. Now bring this up from the earth. Deep breath in. Push forward. Deep breath in. Push down. Deep breath in, arms up. And we come right back to warrior two. Turn your gaze over those two peace fingers right there. Yeah, and then once again, drop your shoulders. Press the feet down into the earth. Imagine that the shoes were starting to slip out. So I'm going to use my chair with my left hand, right palm to the ceiling, and lift into reverse. If you don't need the chair, try your leg. If you want a little more twist, slide that into your back right pocket. Feel the shoulders drop away from the ears and feel the shoulders broaden. Mountain pose, always. All right, from here we come back to warrior two. We're going to straighten that front leg. Slide the ribs, reach to that wall, and then come right back up. So what's happening with this is I'm hinging here at the hip, right? My back is still straight, my legs are straight. Come on back up, and we're going to come into triangle pose right now. I'm going to slide to the wall and now windmill the arms. Anytime you need that chair, if your shoulder says this isn't work for me to go ahead and drop it to the chair. Look towards the earth. Maybe look towards the front of the room. It's a lot of work on the neck. And if this is accessible, we'll look a little more skyward. I'm pushing my hips to the left wall as I do this. Now tap into your breath right away. It should be nice and calm. All right, strap that arm, swing it around, come back to star pose. Here comes that great music again. They've switched. Usually it's pretty cool. I do it like I'm in the nightclub. Okay, knee over the ankle. We're going to go the other way. So arms out nice and tall, nice and long. And look over the two piece fingers. And as you do this, watch this right shoulder doesn't come in. You want to keep that right shoulder, right arm reaching to your neighbor on the right. Reach the arms out. Feet are strong, legs are strong, arms are really strong. All right. Come into reverse. Palm to the ceiling. Use the chair, the leg, or your back pocket. But don't straighten that front leg. Keep it over the knee right there. Yes. Keep the collarbones broad. All right, land back in that warrior two. Straighten that front leg, and here's where we're going to reach to the wall. $100 bill there, reach for it, right? Hips are going to push to the right, and we windmill the arms here. Triangle pose. Maybe look down towards the earth. I do have a little bend in this knee. Look to the front, maybe look a little more skyward. Use the chair if you need to. Once we take our gaze in this twist, balance is another issue, right? The deepest breath you've taken. Drop that hand down. We're going to swing it around. Come right back to star pose. Drop your shoulders. Clap your hands. And all the way down, walk your feet in. Shake out anything. Downward facing dog. Step on back. And any movements you need now, try different things. Maybe tuck the tailbone for a moment. Maybe really tip the pelvis forward and try to turn the tailbone towards the ceiling. Oh my gosh. Bend the knees, bend one at a time, whatever you want to do. Just any movement, and then see if you can come to absolute stillness here. And for me, that means I need to firm up my legs. Yeah. Breathe in deep. All right, bring the hands back to the thigh muscles. We're going to reverse swan dive all the way back up. Forward fold. Halfway rise. Slide. Hands at the crease of the hips, shoulder blades come together. Now with this long spine, still looking at that little small child, slide down the legs a little bit more. Feel a little deeper stretch in the hamstring muscles in the back. I'm pushing into my shins or my knees right here. And from here we come into chair pose. So sink into the knees. Let's bring the hands back to the heart this time. All right. But in this position, you want to turn the tailbone towards the ground, and then you want to breathe into the thumb right there. So let that breastbone lift towards the thumb. Lovely. The feet are a little closer together. Yeah. Okay. Left hand's going to go down, and the right hand's going to come to the back pocket. And you're going to look to the right wall. Right wall. Let that right shoulder roll back even more. All right. Pass through the center. Can we stay in this position? Let's see if we can. Come back to center chair pose. Right hand lowers down. And that left hand comes to the back left pocket. Roll that left shoulder around. Look to the left wall. Don't try to look back at me. Look to the wall. All right, come back to chair pose. How we doing, everyone? All right, so from here we're going to come into airplane pose. I'm going to straighten the legs here. Reach the hands back. Palms to the ground. Think about that. Knuckles to the ceiling. Belly in. And then just stand right back up. Push the toes into the ground. Nice and tall. Deep breath in. It's a lot of work on the back. And down. Shake out. Lovely. Grab a drink of water. Oh, I should see what time. I'm just yak in here. Oh, I do want to get that stretch in. We're going to do it right now. Or that balance. All right, so this will confuse everybody. This is the part of the chair that you sit on, right? So I want you to turn that part of the chair to the right wall of your imaginary box, all right? If you were here in a box, yeah. Okay, everybody good? So I want you to walk around to where you would sit. Okay, then you're gonna put the right foot there where you would sit. The left hip comes back. I'm sorry, the other one. The other right. No, that was my fault. I want you to put the left foot there. For me, it's my right, but for you, it's your left foot. So put your left foot right there. So you're turning to me, right? Everybody with me now? Mm-hmm. Okay. Hand on the chair. You may take the other hand on the hip, or you may want to use the chair. I'm going to pop that leg up and touch it back to the ground. All right? Your choice. Pop it up, touch it back down. Use the hand on the chair if you need to. It's okay. And again. Up and back down. Up and back down. All right, this time let's see if we can hold it up there. Both hands on the chair or one on the hip. You decide. Holding on. Sink into that front knee. Put that back foot down. And let's come right into reverse. Lifting up. Right to the ceiling. All right, windmill both arms back to the chair. From here, we'll step back to downward facing dog. All right, stepping into the chair. We're going to go the other way. It's the beginning of what's going to be half moon pose. Okay, so we're going to turn the chair the other way. All right, so the seat of the chair is going to face the left wall. And noisy here. Okay, and you're going to stand right in front, all the way around, all the way around, all the way around, and you're going to stand right there. Okay, so now you're going to put your right foot, let's not put the right foot underneath the chair because I don't want you pushing on the back of the chair because it will go over, right? So in front of the chair, and you're going to put the right hand down. Now you can keep that left hand on your hip if you'd like, or you can put the left hand on the chair. We're just going to pop that foot up and touch it back down. Popping it up and down. And you decide what you want to do with that hand, all right, depending on your balance today. But please don't push on the back of the chair. Tap it back down. Tap it back down. All right, let's see if we can hold that up there. You use the hand on the hip or the chair. My knee I'm standing on is soft. I'm looking at the back of the chair. Try not to let the head hang, or I'm looking towards the front of the room. Sink into that knee, let that foot come back to the ground. Now that right hand that's on the chair, you're going to lift it up into reverse. Right, straight up. Right hand to the ceiling, right hand to the ceiling. Pat, put your right hand down. And then it comes up, yeah. It's the one that was on the ground. All right, from here we're going to windmill the arms around. Step back to downward facing dog, hands on the chair. So just be careful the head doesn't fall below the heart if that's not good for you. All right, hands back on the thighs, bend the knees, tuck the tailbone around the spine and roll back up. All right, we'll get good at that, huh? Half moon pose. Lovely, try that when you're home. Okay, round to the back of the chair, so now we turn the chair back to where it was. Lovely, lovely. Step back to downward facing dog. Breathing deep. Any movement you need here now, go ahead and get it. Oh my goodness. And then we'll take one more balance. Look over the chair. It's like I said something and you said, what? So push into the chair, bring the heart forward, little baby cobra here. Step that right foot in. We're going to pop that left foot up behind you. And what happens is we typically go off the side, right? So slide that foot behind you and see if you can stay right over the chair, all right? So I'm really just using this for balance, not so much weight, all right? So come to balance right there on this right leg. Bring the belly in. We're going to take that same arm up, or opposite arm and leg here, if that's accessible. We call this spinal balance in Pilates. You're going to lift from the heel and hold. And as we release that, step both feet together, reach to the ceiling. And all the way back down. Let's take the other side. So slide that leg out. Notice you're right smack over the chair. The moment we lift that foot off, everybody goes, ah. So what I say to counteract that, and that would be to take that foot a little more behind you, okay? Here we go. Once we get really strong core muscles, we won't have to do that, right? Here we go. Lift that foot. Stay smack over the chair. Let's take that opposite arm up. Bring that belly in. Here's that front body's going to lift. Back body's going to ground. That's a strong back leg. You're going to lift the back of the knee to the ceiling and a strong arm in front. It could stay right here or even here, but make it strong. And now as you get ready to lower that right leg, release that hand. Deep breath in. Let's take this candlestick pose. Slide the fingers up towards the ceiling. Take the gazing up if that's accessible, and we're going to swing into forward fold. I like to slide down the back of my legs here. Oh, halfway rise. Circle sweep into chair pose momentarily. Good morning, legs. Reach to the ceiling. And all the way down. Lovely. Grab a drink. Let's sit back down. Nice work. All right. I'm going to come up this way so everybody can see. Lucy, can you? If I can see you, then I can't see the other one. Yeah. Okay, here we go. Feet on the ground. You are still out at the edge of the seat. This is a stretch I think you need to do every day. If you have been told not to cross the midline, hip trouble, knee trouble, you're just going to want to keep the foot on the ground. Otherwise, I'm going to lift it up. Lifting up as high as you can here. Let that low back stretch and press the rib cage towards the leg. And then we're going to take this leg across. This is the stretch that we need to do every day, but if you've been told not to go across the midline, don't do it. Foot stays flexed, so you protect the knee. You can support this. You could open this up, whatever is accessible. This left foot is underneath the knee right there. And here's what's going to make the difference when you press that low back forward. You will sit up nice and tall. Now, using your breath, let everything relax. And there are other options that make this a little more challenging. You can hinge forward at the hip. It may or may not be accessible, but it's a great stretch that we all need to do daily to keep that low back, those muscles that run deep in the pelvis there. Keep them stretched, soft and supple. Yeah. All right. Let's release this leg just straight down. I think we'll put both of them on the ground. And we're going to take this twist. So I'm going to cross that hand over. Then I'm going to use my right hand and reach through to the back of the chair. Roll the shoulders back. Broaden the collarbones. You are still in mountain pose, but now you have this great twist, which are so good for digestion. Breathing deep. Notice the breath is a little more challenging when you're twisted, so you have to work at it. You have to use those muscles to help you inhale. And exhale, come back to the front. All right, the other side. Lifting up. Pull that knee up towards the shoulder. Let that rib come as close as you can to the thigh. And here we go. We're going to cross this up and over. You're going to keep that foot flexed. Again, you can support it. You can open it. I don't know what that was. And this right foot stays underneath the ankle. Thank you. It happens every Wednesday, and I say that all the time. It was garbage. I've been here since 1983. Good grief. All right, so here's the additional added benefit. Just move into it, but you also keep that sciatic nerve and these muscles run right next to each other in your back. So this is one that they would suggest you do if you suffer from sciatica. Deepest breath you take, and take a long exhale. Everything lets go on the exhale. And here we go. We're going to lower this foot to the ground. And feet are together. Right hand crosses over. This left hand's going to reach into the back of the chair. And then I'm going to roll my shoulders back and get my heart in this mountain pose. So open heart. Collarbones are stretching from corner to corner. And you're sitting firmly on both sit bones, so you haven't risen up on one side. Work at the breath. And slowly come back to the front. We're not spring-loaded. Let's take the feet a little bit wider. We'll take this forward fold. So now we've taken that fit ball and put it right here in front. And we're going to round over it. So pull that belly in and round over that beach ball. Now when you get here, I'm going to press my hands into my shins in the front. Breathing into the back ribs and feel them lift to the ceiling when you do that, the ribs. Opening up that low back space. One more. All right, now your choice. Maybe slide a wee bit deeper first, belly in, and then roll back up. Nice and slow, one vertebrae at a time, up on top of one another. Walk the feet back in. Yeah. Let's push back to the back of the chair. All the way back. Snuggle your pelvis into it right there. Let's take the feet out in front. One last little movement, stretch. And then arms up. And everything down. Feet and hands. Press the back into the chair. Settle right back in. Open the eyes really wide. And then scrunch your face up. Then pull your arms in, your shoulders like you're freezing cold. And release. And then lift the feet up like there's mice on the ground. And then let them release. Settle in. Tapping into your breath right away. The more you practice yoga, the faster you can click into that mode. So you find that instant stillness. Your teeth are unclenched, so you really let the jaw and throat relax, the eyebrows unfurl. Go to your happy place, maybe, wherever that might be, whatever that aroma is, whatever those people you're with. And I often say gratitude turns everything we have into enough. Here's the rest of it. Gratitude unlocks the fullness of life. It turns what we have into enough and more. It turns denial into acceptance, chaos to order, confusion to clarity. It turns a meal into a feast, a house into a home, a stranger into a friend. Gratitude makes sense of our past, brings peace for today, and creates a vision for tomorrow. Wiggling your fingers and toes, and as you wrap your hands together, draw your hands together to yourself, gosh, I am so grateful for. Because gratitude does turn everything we have into enough. So with a grateful heart, namaste. Lovely. Lovely class. All right, great work. Now go take on the day. All right? Make it the best one. You know why?